What's going on? My name is Steph and welcome back to my channel, Mountain High Life. I'm super excited. Today is December 27th, 2024, and I think this is my last long run of the year. And yes, I'm doing it on a Friday just between my schedule and Chandler's schedule. That's the way things worked out, but we're getting it done. All that aside, I am bringing you along for another Front Range Finds today. So I am super excited to be getting out and showing you around. But before we get into today's video, if you're into trail running, ultramarathon training, or mountain vlogs, consider subscribing. That is what I post here. I also have my Strava and Instagram linked down below if you care to check those out. As per usual, trying to get better about posting more on Instagram, but here we are. Okay, so it's about 12 o'clock and I am at the Heil Ranch Wapiti, queen of pronunciation, trailhead. And I am going to be doing what's known as the Heil Ranch Picture Rock Combo, which is a 20-mile out and back, I suppose you could call it. And actually, this was the very first 20-mile run I ever did back in 2020. And it's pretty casual, like very easy single track from what I remember. Also, as far as like the distance to elevation gain profile, it's very casual. I think it's like 2,400 feet of gain. So fairly runnable, all things considered. And in addition, the last time I was here, like I said, was 2020. And actually, I want to say 2020 is when the fire rolled through here. I'm totally blanking on the name, but a fire did roll through here. So I'm not sure how different it's going to look versus when I was here last time. So that is kind of the name of the game today, is to get out, go explore, take you guys along, show you a good 20-mile trail. It is like a point to point. So we'll start here at the Wapiti Trailhead and run to the Picture Rock Trailhead. So without further ado, let's get on some trail and let's get to doing Front Range Finds number 4. I'm thinking pants might have been a better option because it's a little windy today. However, I am testing out the 5-inch Pace shorts from Jonji, and I feel like you're not going to believe me when I say this, but this might be my new favorite pair of shorts. I do love a biker style, like a more fitted short, and these have incredible pockets. Not the trail type pockets, but they do have some really nice pockets, and they do have the little grippies in the bottom of the short so they don't move, like they really do stay in place, and they're 5 inches, so I feel like that cut is just really flattering. But yeah, just got these and super obsessed. I love them so much. And then I have the Rover hoodie on top, super comfortable, keeping me warm, especially I've had the scuba hood up quite a bit in the windy sections, and it's keeping my ears nice and happy. If you're interested in checking out the Pace shorts for yourself, click the link in the description and use my code Mountain High Life for 10% off your order. Thank you so much to Jonji for partnering with me, believing in the channel, and making incredible running apparel. Okay, so we're at this junction, and right now we are going to begin the Ponderosa Loop. So we're gonna head up. We're gonna kind of do the back side of the loop and continue on. And I'll be honest with you, the last time I was here, this was all woods and forest, and so much of it has been burned that I think my brain like isn't really remembering it. So yeah, a little chilly, a little windy, not much sun. So look at, it's an Abbott's squirrel. Look at that, damn. I haven't seen one in so long. It's huge. I'm gonna hope it's not windy through here so I can speak a little bit, but we're just shy of 4 miles in at almost 1,000 feet of climbing, so I mean, pretty casual. I've walked one little climb, but for the most part, I found this to be very runnable, very chill, casual. So I do know there's some actual like good views, like you can see. Oh wait, speaking of, here we go. We got Mount Meeker right there and Long's Peak behind it, which is in the clouds. But that was the point I was about to make, which was it's a little, I think the high peaks are getting snow today, so it's a little cloudy, which is a bummer because it kind of obstructs some of the high peak views, but oh well. But like I said, we're kind of on the backside. I believe this is the Ponderosa Loop. If you're interested in checking out today's route, I will pin a map in the comments down below so you can use that to do what you will with it. Ponderosa Loop as a wild turkey loop. It seems like most of the trees are actually not burnt and in really good condition, which is really nice to see. I just kind of ran into this whole group of deer. There were some big male deer. Holy crap, the antlers on them were massive. It seems like everything through this section is actually in pretty good shape, which is really awesome to see. Very runnable, very chill, you know. So we are on the Picture Rock Trail now, headed towards the Picture Rock trailhead, and the wind has died down quite a bit, which is really nice. It's like great running weather, maybe mid 40s, so like not too cold, not too hot, and I've just been on a very gradual descent, very runnable. Not many times do you get like a long trail run that's really runnable, which is one thing I really, really like about this area. But we're just about 7 miles in, so in the next 3 to 4 miles, we should be hitting the trailhead. So we are 10 miles in now, and we've just been going down, down, down for the last like 2 miles. Pretty much since we got on the Picture Rock Trail, it's been all downhill. So recognizing the fact that I'm gonna have to run a good bit uphill, but it's kind of nice because you get like the longer part of the out and back done on the way out. So it should be a little shorter going back, but probably gonna be 11 and a half miles going out. This has been pretty just straightforward single track. Not very like mentally stimulating, if I'm being honest. I think it'll be good to run up it, but running down it, I'm just kind of, I don't want to sound ungrateful or snobby or bad, but perhaps like mentally just not very engaged, I think is a good way to put it. Like it's just kind of a lot of the same views, but really solid way to get one of these longer runs in. So we're just gonna keep cruising until we get to the trailhead. So we started here, right? And then we came up 2.5 miles right to the Ponderosa Loop, ran this all the way behind, came down, hit the Wild Turkey Trail, down Picture Rock, and now we're here. So we're gonna turn around. It's about 5.2 miles, and this time we're just gonna go instead of doing the loop again, we're just gonna cut it right there and go back. So we have about 8.5 miles back. Just retied the shoes and we got about 1,300 feet of climbing, so let's get it. So we are on the Wild Turkey Loop or Ponderosa Loop, Wapiti, I don't even know, but 5.2 miles of picture rock. And I'm gonna be honest, not a hard climb. Like for those 5.2 miles, I was able to run pretty much everything. But yeah, when you're, 15, 16 miles in, it feels a little tiring, but I do think if you parked at the Picture Rock trailhead, you could really do some good work, like good hill repeats. I just feel like you could really, like I said, just do some good work on the Picture Rock trail. All in all, like I've been saying, this trail is very runnable, so it offers something like a little bit different, I would say a lot of trails usually have a really big climb in them, which kind of forces you to slow down and hike. But with this, you can pretty much run everything, which is good. I also haven't ran 20 miles in a very long time, so my body's like, yeah, we are close to 17 miles in. We have about 3 to 3.5 miles left. And just a little bit more climbing. I shouldn't even complain. It's only 2,300 feet, but man, I'm just whooping my arse today. Like I said, just very different than what I do quite often. So really good option for a longer, true trail run versus longer trail effort where there's a lot more hiking. So we are on the Wapiti Trail heading back. So we have maybe 2 miles now, and I'm definitely feeling mentally and physically ready to be done, but it should be all downhill from here. All right, we did it. The Heil Valley Ranch Picture Rock combo 20 miler. It ended up being just shy of 20.5 miles. Wow. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that was not my favorite at all. Nope. I think it's more of a me thing, to be honest with you, but I will say I don't think any improvement in my fitness is going to mentally make some of that better, but maybe just more bearable. Holy crap. Yeah, my low back and hips, it feels like I ran a lot of that on the road. And I think because it was just so much of the same, just uphill grind, my body's just mad at me. But all in all, I think I needed to do that. I think that was good. Got to start getting some of those longer runs in, which I have a video that I'll be kind of talking about some of my upcoming races and stuff for 2025. So if you don't want to miss that, click subscribe. For now, I have like an hour drive home and I just want to get home, you know? So I'm going to do what I did for my last front range finds, be a lame-o loser and just get straight home. And I'll kind of do a little recap on today's adventure, the trail, different options, things to know when I'm clean and not just dead girl, you know? I'll see you here in the future. All right, you guys, so it is the following day, Saturday, December 28th, and I am not going to lie. I was very sore last night from that run, more sore than I was really expecting. I think it was primarily like a me thing as far as not having really ran 20 miles in a very long time. I would say a lot of my longer runs right now, there's a good bit of hiking involved in there and not really getting that relief from being able to hike incorporated into those long runs just kind of took a little bit of a toll. But today I feel a lot better, you know, still a little sore, but we're feeling more like ourselves today. So let's talk logistics. So the Heil, I'm really hoping I'm saying that right, but Heil Valley Ranch, it's located, you know, just north of Boulder off of Left Hand Canyon. But I am going to recommend that, you know, you check trail status on CO Treks. I've mentioned that app before because oftentimes some of the trails do close. I did see a lot of signs regarding flood warnings, so I would imagine in early spring, mid-spring, there's probably closures due to flooding risks, which I imagine are related to the burn scar in that area. The burn was from the Marshall Fire, which took place in 2020, and it burned quite a bit of the area, which is very unfortunate. But this was one of the first places I did trail run back in 2019, 2020, and really very runnable area. So like I mentioned earlier, it's a great place to go to switch up if you are looking for a trail that is a bit more runnable, but also has a decent amount of elevation gain in there. If you do decide to do the loop that I ran, or I guess the out and back that I ran, a couple things. First off, Heil Valley Ranch, as well as the Picture Rock area, there are no dogs allowed. Parking is free. This is an area that does have parking lot cameras to see how full things are. You can start at Picture Rock and, like I mentioned, do the 5-mile trail to kind of the trail junction, or you could kind of make it a lollipop and do like the Ponderosa Loop or Wild Turkey Loop and run back, and that way you can get some more miles in. But I will say Picture Rock parking is very limited. I do recommend parking at the Wapiti Trailhead. If you do kind of access the Heil Valley Ranch from Left Hand Canyon, you will see 2 parking lots. First is the corral lot. When you enter or when you drive through, keep driving. It's about another mile and a half to the Wapiti Trailhead. So keep driving. There is overflow parking. There's actually quite a bit of parking, but I do recommend getting there a little bit early. Cell service is kind of spotty throughout that whole area. There is cell service, but it's just unreliable. So just something to keep in mind. And again, I just feel like there's a lot of options in this area where you could do the route that I did and make it a 20-mile day, or you could go out from the Heil Valley and do the Ponderosa Loop or Wild Turkey Loop and come back. You could, like I said, park at Picture Rock, do a lollipop there, or just do an out and back. There are so many options for you, so it's definitely worth checking out. Not really too technical, but very, very chill, very runnable. So that's kind of the point of the front range finds is, you know, you're not always going to have something with like the most spectacular views. You know, had it been a more sunny day, I'm sure it would have been a little bit more generous with some of the mountains that we could have seen, but it is what it is. Either way, please be mindful, be respectful, be smart, be safe. So if you do go check it out, please let me know. That being said, if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions for future front range finds, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you again to John G for partnering with me. Please don't forget to check them out in the description and use my code Mountain High Life for 10% off your order. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you get out on some trail today, and I will see you in my next adventure. Bye!